Once you start, you got to go back through the way you come. That's very
sorry guys, but
that's very controversial. You ready, girl? We're about to do it. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
I'm scared without you. I'm scared without you.
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm so proud of you. That is her jam.
yeah.
Hey. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Gibb is done and dusted.
Yep. What are we doing today, girl?
Tunnel Creek.
So, 12.
Day 12.
Day 12 on the Gibb.
Yep.
So me and Paislee are off to Tunnel Creek today.
Yep.
And then Mummy's doing Winjana tomorrow.
I might go with her.
Okay, that's cool. But we're parked up at a free camp, so we're going to shoot in, get this done. It's only a 1.5k return walk to get this walk done. So we'll do that and we'll see if we can see any crocodiles.
Yep.
All right, so we made it.
Yep.
Let's go see what this is all about. It was about a 40-minute drive from our campsite. A little bit longer than I thought, but let's go after it. Hey, girl.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up. And we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling. Just loving.
This is absolutely out of this world. The water's not too bad, is it, girl?
No.
Like, it's fresh. Here.
This is going real fun. This is really fun. The rocks are really cool.
Oh. Do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Alright, you go first.
What? Do I need to hop in my tube?
It's pretty fun.
I'm not even scared.
Nah, there's nothing to be scared of.
Okay, we've made it. Made it to the other side. Wow. Oh my God, that was fun.
Even if you come this far, it's worth it.
Daddy, can I just hop in my
Wow.
Can I hop in my tube?
This is awesome.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
If you do that one more time, I'll punch you.
All right.
I'm loving this moment.
You ready, girl?
Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment.
Far out.
Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this
Lucky I brought a torch that the batteries are just about flat.
Can we stay
Hang on.
here
You ready, girl?
forever?
We're about to do it.
I'm loving this moment.
Okay, yeah, so much for a 5-meter swim.
It's like 2 meters.
It's like 30.
Can we stay here?
Are you guys touching the bottom? All right. Oh God, it's cold.
Come on, Daddy, we're nearly there.
Just, we're doing it, girl.
We're doing it. We're nearly there, Daddy. Come on.
This is crazy.
3 more meters.
Oh,
Come on.
you're
We'll be able to
right.
reach
Look at me.
it.
Give me a smile. Say we love you, Mummy.
We love you, Mummy. Come on, Daddy.
All right, I can touch the bottom.
Okay, just
That is not 5 meters and that cold. The water's cold. This is crazy.
that was amazing. That was so much fun.
All right.
Back on track. Okay. Out of the water now. And I'm soaking wet. And I'm free.
You right, girl?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're not wet. That was the best, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here, shine the torch on me. Okay. I've never done anything like that in my life. That was exhilarating. So there's kids doing it here with noodles on. We blew up Paislee's tube so she didn't have to really go in the water, and she held my bag as we crossed. So it's pitch black. It's like a horror movie. And Paislee's just motoring through, not a worry in the world.
Okay, so we got through, we found the rock art, and now I'm gonna go have a look at the rock art. Wonder if there's any down here.
It's down this way.
Yeah, I know.
It's only that one there.
There's not really that much. There's only this. I don't know what it is, but it's like a fishing hook or something. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Well, you reckon we go back through the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that's the entrance back into the tunnel to go back through to the start. So that's the only thing with Tunnel Creek. Once you start, you got to go back through the way you come. So now we're making our track back by ourselves. Not a soul with us. A little bit eerie. Let's see how we go. Still can't spot any crocs, which is super annoying. But it's now that I've been through, it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. Like, just adventure wise, it's hands down awesome. The cave gets pretty narrow and you can see the reflective sign there. That means we're coming around to swimming. Now we are by ourselves. And how you feeling, girl? You get scared? So hopefully we can see, because I don't know where we're going to go. Oh, there's a sign there. Oh yeah, okay. There's the light, girl, I can see. And there's the sign. We're right. Let's do it.
I'm scared without you, I'm scared without you.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Look, there's somebody up there, see? That's where we got to go to. Paislee, you need to show the torch in front. Okay, torch that way.
Hold on to me.
I've got you. All right. Yeah. Paislee, forwards. God, it's cold.
We're nearly there. We're nearly
We're going the
there.
right way?
Yeah, turn that way. A little bit. Turn that way a little bit. Daddy, we're going down that way.
That's fine.
We're going to crash in.
I don't like all this noise.
It's cold.
It's freezing. Come on, Daddy.
It's not too bad. It's still cold though. Alright. The last climb out of the gorge, girl.
We might be doing it again tomorrow.
I think Mummy should come do this instead of Winjana. Here, can you take this? Yeah, she should definitely do this instead of Winjana, I think. Do you reckon Mummy will be able to do it?
Yeah.
I think she probably could. It was a little bit daunting coming back in the dark by yourself, but it's only, say, 15 metres of swimming. And there's about 5 metres you can't touch the ground, but thank God I've got my, I retired the Crocs for the day and put me reef shoes. Yes, it's cringe that men wear reef shoes, but hey, it's all about confidence, right? That was a really good job, Paislee. High five. I'm so proud of you. It wasn't that scary, was it?
No, not really.
Nothing scary when Dad's around, is it?
No. I'm just
Not even Dad was scared.
Well, you were going. Oh,
Because it was cold. But yeah, I'll tell you what. That, oh, I can't stop saying it. Best experience ever, and it was free. Yeah, you could do a day trip from like Derby to come do this. I think it's about 160 k's from Derby. But yeah, if you do the Gibb River Road, you must do Tunnel Creek. That's probably the most iconic thing you can do on the Gibb. It has to be that and scones. Well, that's the two iconic things we've done anyway, as well as a couple of gorge walks, but that one is like next level. Back to the old beast. Yep. And we'll go see what Mummy's doing.
This is the prison boab tree in Derby. So either at the start of the Gibb or at the end of the Gibb. This is the end for us. It's pretty spectacular. Alright, so Gibb is done and dusted.
Yep.
Dusted as in it's really dusty.
And dirty.
So we are officially off the Gibb. We are still in the dirt though.
Yeah.
Only because we decided to stop off at this free camp one night prior to getting to Broome.
Yeah. Old Langley Crossing.
Yeah, so it's really good. It's someone's station.
Yeah, it's about 8 k's out of Derby.
Yeah, and it's free. You just pull up along the river here and yeah, it's good. So
it's actually really good.
Yeah. Apparently this river here is full of crocs, which I saw my first real live croc, as in the wild.
Yeah.
We were driving across a bridge coming from Derby to here. So what was the river?
Oh, it's Fitzroy River.
Fitzroy. And there was this little island in the middle, like you got to be quick driving over to try and see them. And this little island in the middle of the river, and there was a, like, you know, I'd say a teenage
like a juvenile
size croc. So yeah, that was cool. I was very excited about that.
It's cool to see one.
But yeah, so we are going to throw in now after this our Q&A chat on the Gibb experience for us. Yeah. So we've put through all that, everyone's put through their questions and we're going to answer them in a Q&A.
Yep. Gibb River Road is over.
Finished. Complete.
Done and dusted. We have got a heap of questions here to answer, everybody. A lot of it is Y62 related, so anybody who has a Y62, tune in and we'll try and help you out.
So let's just start with our experience and what we loved, I guess. Just a rundown of that. Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing that really I go, oh, that I didn't enjoy that. I enjoyed every single thing. So
yeah, it was a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For somebody who, like, Mel didn't want to do it at all, but I'm glad she has now because it was good.
Yeah.
It met all our expectations and everything like that.
Yeah. The gorges are just amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you can't experience something like that anywhere else.
Well, no, really? not on the East Coast. No, there's probably a few spots, but nothing that...
There's other gorges around, but this is specifically those type of gorges.
Yeah, you don't get that.
Yeah. So, yeah. And to do all those gorges, you have to do the Gibb.
Correct.
To do them all.
Yeah, like to do them all, that's right.
Bits and bobs, but yeah. But it's all the experience, the whole thing. So you're driving the road, you're doing the gorges, it's the whole thing.
The river crossings and yeah.
So so I think we've run over this, haven't we? But our favourite gorges.
Oh, Manning Gorge.
Manning Gorge was our favourite, all three of us.
Yeah. Because
it was the most fun, as in you could climb up it and jump off it. It was best for swimming, all of that stuff.
The whole experience wise, yeah, that was the best.
But then the most stunning one, as in you just got there and went, wow, was Emma Gorge.
Yep.
Because it's a big drop waterfall and just the scenery was out of this world.
100%.
But then adventure and experience wise was Tunnel Creek for you.
Oh yeah, Tunnel Creek, there's nothing like that I've ever experienced in my life.
Just something you won't experience unless you do that.
I carried on a little bit, but it was, I don't know, there was just something about it.
Yeah.
The adrenaline or something. It was good.
Yeah. So yeah, I think all these questions we've been asked will answer anything we would have talked about. So we're just going to go into the questions and answer them, and that will pretty much give all the info that we want to give.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
First question was from Toes Up Travelling. Was the snorkel required on the Y62? I think in general any car was a snorkel required.
Yeah, look, in my opinion, and well, I've been doing it for a long time, I'd say yes. Not just necessarily for the water crossings and stuff like that, but it gets your intake up high and that sort of stuff. So,
but like it all comes down to when you're there too.
Well, no.
Like, well, the crossings can be higher, they could be lower.
Well,
and
that's
then
right.
You may not need
but
it,
even in the dust, it gets your intake up high. So,
okay.
It's not a necessity, but if you've got it in your budget, I'd say yes. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question from Liz. Do you stay at El Questro and visit all the gorges?
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Not all of them.
Well, all the ones that are close to El Questro.
Yeah. So the ones in the El Questro station bubble is Emma Gorge, even though it's not actually in the El Questro station, it is out from it, but that is a part of it.
Yeah.
Zebedee Springs, Amalia Gorge, El Questro Gorge.
There's a few lookouts.
Champagne Springs.
Yeah.
And
I can't remember the other one.
I think that's
there is another one. I think
the gorges, and then you do have like some walkie track things from there too.
And then there's a four-wheel drive track you can go to look at. So yes.
Yeah.
And you can't take the van to Emma Gorge.
Can you not?
No.
Are you sure?
100% sure. You can't take the van into the car park from what I've been told by other people.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so you stay at the El Questro station, and then how long was it? We worked out it was sort of like 10 to 20-ish minutes to drive out to each of them along a dirt road.
Yeah, it was about 25 minutes to drive to Emma Gorge.
And then to Emma, you go out the El Questro road, and then you go onto the sealed road again and go,
which is the Gibb River Road,
back towards Emma Gorge.
Yeah.
So yes.
So that was
to
also
to visit those gorges. Yes, you would stay at El Questro, but you can also stay anywhere. And
well, you could stay on the Pentecost and do it all. But then if you stay at the Pentecost and you don't stay at El Questro, you've got to pay for the parks permit.
That's right. So if you stay at El Questro station, it is included in your accommodation night stay. Yeah. To visit them. Otherwise, you have to get a parks pass.
Yep. So that also answered a question from Mark, which was, can you leave the car, van at Emma Gorge? You can drive the car in, but you can't pull the van in. So.
Yeah. So. So that answered question 3. Yep. Question 4. Where are the fuel stops, and how many jerry cans do we recommend? And this person it's from Mitch, and he's asking specifically on petrol because he's talking Y62.
Of course. Okay, so when we left Kununurra, so obviously this is to our setup. Everyone else's setup could be different. You could have a standard Y62 and a 17-foot caravan, which will use completely different fuel to what we use.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
But our rule of thumb is we carry an extra 40 litres of fuel, so 2 20-litre jerry cans, and that seemed to have worked everywhere we've been this sort of remote so far.
Yeah.
But to get fuel, we filled up in Kununurra first. Yep. Then we topped up with fuel at El Questro. Yep. And then we filled right up. Then I put fuel in from the jerry cans at Allenbrae. Yeah. And then we filled right up at Mount Barnett Station, and so that was filling up the jerry cans again, and then that got us out of the Gibb.
Yeah, to Derby.
But I did use, that got us to Derby, but I did use the jerry cans. I put them in at Lennard River rest stop.
Yeah, so I would say we used 5 lots of jerry cans throughout that time.
Well, 4 jerry cans of fuel. Because
remember we put the first jerry can in at our then we filled up 2 extras.
Correct, yes.
So we would have used 5 jerry cans.
So we used an extra. So we used 100 litres of extra fuel carried in the jerry cans.
Yeah, and like if you drive from the start to the end, we probably didn't need that. It's the going in and out, in and out, in and out while you're at Equestro. It's also doing other little things while you've stopped. If you don't stop and move like, you know, visit other things, because we had to stop at like night stays and then drive into the gorges, because all the campsites close to the gorges are not dog friendly.
Correct, yeah.
So we had, like, Tunnel Creek as an example, a 40-minute drive into the gorge
And a 40-minute drive back.
so we needed that little bit of extra fuel because of that reason, I'd say.
Yep.
But I would say just take it to be safe.
Yeah, like
whatever you can carry. But
yeah,
I would say
if you can carry 40 or 60 litres worth of fuel,
yeah,
do it. We're actually thinking about buying another jerry can because we're going to hit the Ningaloo, and I think having an extra 20 litres will be handy, especially when you're driving up and on and off the beach to get to and from Exmouth. So,
but also because we have the boat that needs fuel as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's right, and we carry the fuel extra for that as well. Mark also had another question. What was it?
No, that was Mitch. Sorry, Mitch had another question. Any specific advice for doing the Gibb in a Y62?
Well, it's funny. It'll have no dramas at all, because I'm going to be a little bit. I'm going to have a dig a couple of Toyota owners here, but we had several cars broken down that I tried to help as well. But no, any car's capable of doing it. The Y62 is just as capable as the 200 series and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think you just got to be a little bit more prepared with carrying fuel, because petrol is just not as available as diesel. Which goes back to the other question.
There was only like one less fuel stop.
Yeah, but if you want to go up to if you want to do more exploring, obviously we just went across the Gibb. We didn't go up to
what is it Mitchell or something?
Yeah, we didn't go up to Mitchell Falls or anything like that. So
yeah.
If you want to go that way, you've got to be a bit more prepared with how much fuel you can carry. So
but no specific advice for Y62. Not really. It's the same as any other car.
The only thing which is the same as for any other car, I carried a spare air filter, which I changed after the Gibb. So yeah, no real specific advice for it. If you've got the money, set it up as best as you can, you know.
Yeah. Okay, Michael, did we do any prep work inside the van? So technically, no. The only thing we can really say about inside the van specifically is we pack it a lot more different to just highway driving.
Yeah.
So, you know, things that you could just sit there won't really move, but then going on a corrugated road, yes, it's going to.
100%.
So just things like that. So I had to definitely pack things a lot more intense. Also in the fridge, I changed everything in the fridge. I had like as an example, we were bouncing around on the Gibb and a lid off
the garlic.
Yeah, like what's it called? Minced garlic come off, and thankfully it had hardly anything in it. Otherwise it would have been all over the fridge, which would have been great.
Yeah.
So I put all of those things like sour cream and things that could you imagine if that exploded in your fridge? So I put all of them down in the fruit and veg compartment, because then if it did break open, it was contained in that box rather than going everywhere. So
100%.
just fridge was probably a biggie.
The other thing we do with the fridge stuff is like our Vegemite and our jams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When we buy them new, we actually get all of it out of the glass jars and we put it into like plastic screw-on lid containers.
So then you're not going to have a breakage as such.
And all our bottled alcohol we carry in the standard squeeze bottles, so we don't carry any glass.
Yeah. But yeah, that's probably really it. We also our fire extinguisher, it like mounts on the
mounts above the access door.
As most people probably have that in a van. We took that down just in case that fell down. But yeah, other than that, probably not much difference.
Pack all the heavy stuff low.
Yeah. And
we run a rule of thumb, like everyone. I think the people that we've told this to,
most people do
probably think. So I don't think a lot of people do it.
Don't you?
No, obviously the amount of people say, because we stop every half an hour.
Yeah.
Just rule of thumb, stop every half an hour. We do like a quick 60-second walk around.
And
I look under the van, Mel goes inside, she checks for dust. I check under the van for water leaks and stuff hanging down.
I also go in to check nothing's like broken in the fridge, because
Yeah, I'm not dealing
Like
with that.
I would rather clean up something that's been broken for 10 minutes than 2 hours.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right. So we
Yeah.
every half an hour we just stop
Yeah.
and just kick the tires and we keep moving. It
Yeah.
takes 60 seconds. So
Yeah.
next question.
From Caravanning Down Under.
We've got a few there.
Yeah, this is like a 3-4 question series. Anything that took us by surprise / hadn't planned for?
Yeah, so what took us by surprise was the fuel bowser not working at El Cuestro. That took me by surprise.
Yeah.
So we didn't know that was closed.
Yes.
Um,
So yeah, that freaked
threw a
us
real
out at the start because we thought we can't even.
that affected
Explore.
that affected our whole trip because
Yeah.
that's where we got the bad fuel from. So
But anyway, that's not
Yeah.
good. But you have to, I guess, be prepared for those things. And like, let's say we couldn't get that jerry can of fuel that we did get from the workshop, we wouldn't have been able to every single day drive in and out to the gorges. We wouldn't have made it to Mount Barnett.
well, we probably would have, but it was going to be touch and go.
Yeah, but we would have probably cut back on going out every single day.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but then if we didn't get that jerry can, we wouldn't have had issues with the car.
Yeah.
So
you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
but thankfully the car's fine, and it could have been a lot worse, so we're very grateful.
Surprise hadn't planned. So that was that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything else really.
Nah.
Anything overrated about the Gibb?
Overrated.
I would say the scones at Ellen Bray are a little overrated.
Oh, that's very
Sorry guys, but
that's very controversial.
like you would have seen anyway that I wasn't a huge fan.
I think we've had this discussion before we started filming. I don't think overrated is the right word for what I'm going to discuss. It's the fact that everybody calls it the caravan killer.
Yeah, so this comes into the next question too. Is it what we expected? So it wasn't.
No,
what we expected.
It was so much easier.
Yes, we thought it was going to be
what we had planned
the
for.
worst thing we've ever done, as in breakages and
yeah.
stressful, and just, to be honest, for me, I thought I was going to be an absolute anxiety-ridden mess, and I was going to hate him because he made me do it. And it turned out I just kept saying, is this it? Like, is it going to get worse? And with saying that, if we went, say, in another 3 weeks' time, it might be like that.
Yeah,
we can only compare on the
that's
time
right.
we
So
went.
we went right at the start of the season.
Right at the
I think it was like a week.
I think it was over a week, yeah.
So our experience compared to somebody who goes a week before close of season is probably completely different.
Exactly. So don't judge us on our description of the Gibb there, because it is based on when we
our
went.
experience. That's right. But again, we try to be prepared, and I guess it comes back to what the question was before. Like, we don't go crazy about preparing everything, but like before we left Darwin, I went right through underneath the van and secured everything, and
we did all the pool noodling.
You did pool noodling again. I re-zip tied. I put more P clamps here and there. Just.
And was that why nothing happened, or was it that the road actually wasn't that bad?
Yeah, you know, it's hard to know. It's hard to know, but look, our experience and all that sort of stuff, it was fine.
It wasn't bad at all. We sort of at the end were like tiny bit sort of disappointed. Not because nothing bad happened, because we do not want any damage, and we were very happy about that. But we were a little disappointed it wasn't a bit more intense, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. Like when I did the Gibb a few years ago.
The Gibb.
Cape York.
Yeah.
It was far worse. Like the PDR is 50 times worse than the Gibb.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. But everyone's opinion on corrugations
totally different.
Is different. Like what you guys might think is corrugated, we may think is not, vice versa, you know?
Exactly. Like you can read reviews 2 days ago and people say it was hell, and then we get on the road and go, what are they on about?
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
that's
so
right.
So it's, you can only base it off your own experience.
Yep.
Last part to their question was, would we do it again?
Yep, every day. I would do it again on 2 circumstances. One, without the dog, and 2, I'd have another jerry can, and I would spend a month doing it.
I would do it again. The likelihood of us doing it again is probably very nil.
It's
just
not
because
nil.
of where it is. Like it's a very long way out for where we are living. But I would do it again, and it would actually be quite fun if you did it again with a group and you did all the gorges with a group. That would be quite fun.
It'd be cool to have like a couple of traveling families to do it with. That'd be cool.
So maybe do it again and mix it up and do something slightly different. But I wouldn't just go do it again exactly how we've done it.
100%.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There's still
done it. Like,
there's so much more for us to see that
we're very big on not doing things multiple times. Like, we like to mix it up. So.
Yeah, so if we did the Gibb again, I'd 100% do Manning Gorge again. That's a given.
Yeah.
But like, we'd probably skip Allen Bray. We'd probably skip El Questro. Oh no, we'd probably do El Questro again. But you know what I mean. Yeah. So we'd be trying to do
like
different
doing
experiences.
Tunnel Creek with a big group. That would be fun.
That'd be sick.
That'd be fun. Like, yeah. Anyway, next question from Sasha. Did we break anything on the car or van? So, as you already know, nothing broke, as in...
No, yeah, nothing broke. Oh, hang on.
We had
Sorry, one thing broke.
but that's not a breakage, I wouldn't say.
The microwave frame broke.
The microwave frame.
Yeah, so we got bad fuel and the microwave. Bad fuel in the car.
Really either.
Yeah, that's right. Bad fuel in the car and the microwave frame broke.
Yeah, so no. We were very lucky.
Touch wood.
Very lucky.
I didn't reverse into any street signs.
Yeah.
It was...
And yes, there were cars broken down along the Gibb. We personally know
one of the families,
that they got bad fuel and their car needed to be towed out. You know, and then that couple that they just could not get their car to work.
Yeah, their Ranger packed in a starter motor. Of all places to break a starter motor.
I just want to point out though, that family where their car needed towing because of the bad fuel, that's not a breakage. They got bad fuel.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just really bloody unlucky. Also, the couple that broke down, they were having issues prior to going on the Gibb.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's necessarily the Gibb is killing cars. I think it's just you're unlucky that it happens there. Yeah, I think
it's just bad luck. Like, we could have been stuck on the Gibb and needing towing.
That's right, but they could have just got off the Gibb and it broke down. But they just unfortunately were just a little bit short of getting off. And,
100%.
You know, it's just not a place you want to have that because it costs a lot to get towed out. So make sure you have your roadside assistance. Because
make sure you read all the terms and conditions as well, because they try and get you.
Because both of these couples we know, they got all their money back, and it cost thousands of dollars.
Yeah, so they've got to foot the upfront cost as well.
One of them.
Oh, one of them.
The other one, the insurance paid for that one. It wasn't roadside.
Yeah, right. So like, for example, to get towed from Manning Gorge to Kununurra was $5,000.
It was thousands.
$5,000.
So yeah, just make sure you're prepared. And look, roadside assistance, I think it costs us not even
$200 a year.
I think it's $200 a year. Come on, guys, like you can pay that.
Yeah, definitely. If you're traveling Australia, you need to have it. That'd be in the top 3 things.
And he's even mechanically minded. Like, we won't probably use it unless we have an issue where we need towing.
Yeah.
But we still pay it. Okay, last question. It's like another 4-part question, and it's from, I do not know how to say your name, I'm very sorry, but I'm going to say it's Zelka.
Okay, that works. Yeah, I think it's Zelka.
The J is silent, but let us know. So this is a single female traveller, so she just wanted to know how safe it was for a solo traveller.
I think it's extremely safe.
Yeah, I wouldn't really feel
every place we stopped at, there was people.
Yeah, the fact that it's only open for a season, so you're only a certain amount of time you can drive it, there's heaps of people.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And you don't get weirdos, like, they're all travellers.
Yeah.
And who would I call if I broke down? So like we just said, make sure you have your roadside assistance.
Yeah, so it's different for every state. So we got RACQ, roadside assistance. I think in Victoria got RACV.
It's all.
And I think in
who knows,
New South Wales it's something weird. Sorry, New South Wales.
And then she just wanted to know minimum upgrades that you would need to do it, and what would you say minimum upgrades for a car?
All right, so she's looking to buy a Y62. So,
but on any car.
On any car. So minimum upgrades on a car that's going to do the Gibb.
Like a lift.
I'd say a good set of tyres. They don't have to be big tyres. So a good set of tyres. Carry a spare tyre of the same
because you
tread
don't
pattern.
want your tyres.
What else would I recommend?
I would say lifted, because
Well,
then you can get through those crossings without...
If you go a bigger set of tyres, that's where you get ground clearance. So if you go a bigger set of tyres, that's probably the first thing you need to do.
This isn't my field.
But yeah, like tyres, if you got tyres and you could do anything, that's probably the first thing I would always recommend.
Yeah.
Tyres, puncture repair kit for your tyres, a jumper kit, extra fuel. Like, you really could go and buy a $2,000 Pajero and go and do the Gibb tomorrow. Like, you don't need to spend $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 on your kit to go and do it.
Yeah.
We've seen heaps of backpackers doing it in...
Yes.
But there was actually, it's funny, we had a backpackers turn up at Mount Barnett who had come from the Alquestro side, so come from the eastern side, and they were in a Nissan X-Trail. So, yeah, again, you don't need all the gear.
Yeah.
It's nice to have it because you get out of every situation that you put yourself in. But
yeah, that's right. But there is always people around, as we said.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Tyres, jerry cans, puncture repair kit, jump starter. That's my 4 things.
Yeah. And then she also just wanted to know how often we use fuel other than 98.
Okay, so
every time.
Our car is predominantly always run on 91 since we left. Before that was always run on 98 because we had a fuel card. But
so this is just something I want to throw in, because people think, I've had a few people say, like, you have to use 98 in a Y62. No, you don't.
You don't.
We have lived off 91 for quite a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's fine. And we're not the only ones.
No, no, it's like
if you're treating our car badly.
Like Chris and Sean from Big Oz Explorers, they travelled around Australia putting 91 in their Y62, and they did it for a lot longer than us.
And then there are places you can only get that, which all the outback towns are.
The whole Gibb is 91.
And you will be fine. It's not going to hurt you.
And anybody who's travelling through the centre of Australia, if you pull up to a Bowser and it says low aromatic 91,
don't freak out.
Don't freak out. You can put it in your vehicle. Low aromatic means it doesn't smell.
Yes.
Okay. So we pretty much did the whole centre of Australia only running 98 because I didn't know what low aromatic was.
We thought it meant like an E10 situation, and we were like, oh, probably shouldn't use that, and then we realised.
Anyways. But yeah, you can run 91, 95, 98, just don't run E10.
No, that's right.
Alright, so Paisley, quick question for you. What did you think of the Gibb River Road?
I liked it.
Yeah?
I liked all the gorges. I liked all, seeing all the waterfalls and that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
she was a trooper for the Gibb because she walked the gorges twice.
yeah, so Paisley did gorge walks twice, that's right. The other thing, Paisley also loves to be in the dirt, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she loves making potions and all that sort of stuff, so rolling around in the dirt is her jam.
Yeah.
Hey. But yeah, I guess...
so it's a great experience. Yeah, if you're thinking of doing it,
off you go.
Do it, because there is nothing like it. Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared about. There's heaps of people out there, and
not at all.
I don't know. It's just when people get on the Gibb, everyone's there to help everybody out. Like we've heard so many stories of somebody hurting themselves or somebody breaking down again or all that sort of stuff, and someone's always there to help, and they'll do everything they can to help you. So yeah, don't be scared.
Yeah, and if you get in a situation, it's just unlucky, because really it's not that bad and you will be fine.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
right.
Like, go and do it, and you won't regret it. It will be something you look back on, and just good memories. So,
very good memories.
Yeah, so that brings us to the end. That is it.
100% is. I like to.
That series done and dusted. Can you believe it?
I know, and we've done the Gibb. It's crazy, and now we're on the west coast.
Yep.
You know,
back into coast life.
100%.
Still in the dirt.
Still in the dirt, yeah. But I'm going to leave this note. I'm going to leave this episode because somebody commented on one of my comments on Facebook, and I'm going to leave this saying that the Gibb River Road is Nissan country. See you in the next one.
Bye.